Who's coming out of the East and the West? The Raptors and Sixers are locked in a slugfest. Portland and Denver throwing haymakers. Houston and Golden State defending their turf. But in Boston, Giannis is dominating. How my picks looking? Do I still have my Final Four? Do I still have my champion? Stay tuned. Welcome back. Playoffs is getting crazy. We're going to dive right into it. I figured it was a good time to do a recap. 4 games into each series. We'll start out west with Portland and Denver. I would say it's probably been the best series out of all of them. You had a quadruple overtime game. Denver coming back in game 4 to even the series. Jokic dropping triple doubles left and right. It's been a great series. Dame and CJ balling out. So the stars have not disappointed. Jamal Murray, cannot forget him. He's played very well in this series. I picked Denver in 6. This is looking like a 7-game series. But we shall see. Pivotal game 5 tonight. We'll see who comes out on top. That could determine who wins the series. But yeah, big game 5 tonight in that series. Like I said, it's looking like a 7-game series, but we'll see how my pick does. I did pick the Nuggets in 6. So that's been a big series. If you've not been paying attention, you probably want to check that out tonight because to me, that's been the best series out of all of them. Staying out west, the champions, Golden State Warriors against the Houston Rockets, who everybody thought was on life support after the first 2 games, down 0-2, going back to Houston. I felt like if they could win game 3, get a little bit of confidence, come back, win game 4, then you have a brand new series. That's where we stand. They were able to pull out game 4. They were actually blowing the Warriors out, but the Warriors have so much firepower, it's hard to completely blow them out without them making a comeback, which they did. They had a couple chances late with Durant and Curry missing some open, really good 3-point looks. So that doesn't happen often, but it did. With that being said, we got a 2-2 series. I picked the Rockets in 7. Game 5, and this one is also going to be big because if Houston can steal it, I think they will win it in 6.
Really?
Which is hard to believe because that means they would have won 4 straight to close out the Warriors. So I'm kind of sticking with my pick of Houston in 7. But I believe they play tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. But that's another entertaining series if you have not been paying attention. Which I'm sure everyone has because that's probably the marquee series of the playoffs. Moving to the East, we got the 76ers and the Raptors. That's tied at 2-2. It's been a back-and-forth series. It was 1-1 coming back to Philly. The Sixers won game 3 off a huge game from Embiid. Looked like they were in position to go up 3-1, but Kawhi would not be denied in game 4, had 39 points to lead the Raptors to a win. Embiid, even though he had that big game 3, he's been pretty disappointing in this series. The other 3 games, whether it was sickness or I think he missed the game and also, injury. So he's been really not dependable for Philadelphia in this series. It's pretty much been Jimmy Butler, a little bit of Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris, but nobody has really stepped up. They've all defended well, which is why the games keep coming down to the wire. These are the best defensive teams left in the playoffs. They all play defense in all 4 series, so you expect these games to continue to come down to the wire, and it just depends on who makes the plays at the end. I have the Raptors in 6. If they can win tonight, another big game 5, then that looks pretty good for them. They got a chance to close it out in Philadelphia. It won't be easy, but first things first, they got to win tonight. So we'll see how that series goes. I'm sure Embiid wants to play well. He wants to have a big game to help the Sixers steal a win. So should be an entertaining game tonight. So tune in for that one if you haven't made plans to watch that. That should be a really good game. And the final series, which is probably, I don't want to say the most shocking, because I think Milwaukee is a really good team. They are up 3-1. They lost the first game. And Mr. Paul Pierce, the truth, told you that the series was over and he didn't see no way the Bucks could get back in it.
Really?
I didn't believe that because I felt like they just shot the ball really, really bad in game 1. I also felt like Coach Bud would make adjustments. He would put Giannis in different positions to be effective. He's done that. He's not allowing the Celtics to continue to build a wall to stop him. And because of that, Giannis has been really going off since game 2. So unless the Celtics make some adjustments, which Brad Stevens is this great coach, he needs to do something. The Bucks have done the same thing for 3 consecutive games, and I haven't seen any adjustments by the Celtics, whether it be personnel or strategical. I'm not seeing a whole lot from Brad. Bud is pretty much coaching circles around him.
Bruh.
And as a result, the Bucks are up 3-1. We'll see what the Celtics do in game 5 because I got another video coming directed at Kyrie Irving. I know a lot of people have been taking shots at him. I'm not. I think he's a hell of a player. I think he's in a tough position. He may be a little bit over his head as far as leading this team to the finals. I think these other teams are just better than the Celtics. So I think Kyrie's kind of forcing the issue a little bit, pressing maybe a little bit. But yeah, I got a video for you tomorrow, Kyrie, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I got Milwaukee winning this. I had them winning it in 6. If the Celtics don't show up in game 5, it will be a 5-game series, or a gentleman's sweep as they like to call it. But yeah, Giannis has been tremendous in this series. You can't take anything from him. Defensively, the Bucks have played well. I know everyone was saying how the Celtics had more talent. I didn't buy it because I felt like the Bucks were the more talented team. I think that was evident last night. They go into Boston. I think it was a 4 or 5 point game. Giannis and Middleton both on the bench with in foul trouble. Kyrie and the Celtics starting 5 out there, and the Bucks increased the lead. George Hill, Pat Connaughton, Mirotic, all these different players that are playing, and we haven't even seen Brogdon in the series. So everybody's played well, or they've all contributed. You know, Eric Bledsoe was playing well on both ends, had a couple big blocks last night. So you can't take away from what Milwaukee's done all year. And I think people just assume the playoffs will be too big for them. What I see is I see a guy in Giannis who has that look in his eyes, like no matter what, he's not going to be denied. They are going to be a very tough out. If these series go the way I predicted and you get Toronto and Milwaukee, it will be hard because Toronto is a very good defensive team. Kawhi is a very, very good player on both ends of the floor. So I'm assuming he'll be matched up with Giannis. So it will be interesting to see how that goes. But the Bucks are going to be a tough out. Okay, they are going to be tough. They play well inside. They drive to the paint. They kick it out. They shoot threes. They're hard to beat. They score a lot of points and they defend. So the Celtics have an uphill battle. I don't think they're going to win the series. I don't think I'm going out on a limb there. I don't see Boston winning 3 straight. Could they steal game 5 in Milwaukee? Possibly. I just think that this Bucks team is playing on a different level, and I don't see them letting Boston come in there and steal game 5. So that's going to do it for the video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, I do have a video for Mr. Irving. It'll be a little quick video, a bit of a rant, but yeah, I got some choice words and some advice for Kyrie. You don't have to take my advice. I never played in the NBA. He's played more basketball than probably I have, but take it or leave it. I'm going to give my opinion because that's what y'all here for. So thanks for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.